Hello, my friends, and welcome to another podcast episode. Thank you for joining me here today in this space. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I'm realizing now I'm finding very difficult to talk about. I think this is about the fifth or sixth take that I started recording this podcast, and my intention was for it to be quite short and sweet, talk a little bit about the subject and have it done really quickly. However, it's proving quite challenging, and part of me is really amused by it. The other part is quite surprised. Another part is quite surprised. And so I am just being with it. What is it that is so difficult to talk about? Well, I want to talk about the care of the soul and becoming wholeheartedly human. On the surface, it's not a difficult subject to talk about, but as I've been trying to record this episode, I suddenly realized that it's something that I feel very deeply, something that's been part of my life for many years. And over the years, it become very embodied experience. And yet, when I'm trying to talk about it, I somehow lose words. It's somehow it's difficult for me to verbalize it. And I wonder how it is for you, the subject of taking care of your soul. What does it mean? How does it work? W- What's all of that about? And so, on a very kind of surface level, for me, it's about embracing different aspects of ourselves. So embracing the soma, so our somatic experience that includes our body and our breath and our movement, our energy, um, embracing psyche, which is more of the mind and different parts of me that are present. So my internal family system, um, the way that I think about myself, the way that I think and I believe that the world operates and that I work. But also, there is this other aspect, which is the soul. And for me, the soul is as our interconnection with the life, the whole of life, with nature, with the universe, with everything that exists, everything and everybody that exists. And it's big. It's big. I mean, within our trauma-informed somatic teacher and coach for women training certification, I share a coaching model called the Soma Psyche Soul Coaching Model. Now, really bringing together those different aspects of our experience and working from systems thinking model, which is really understanding that this interconnection and this um, dynamic dance of life that is always happening, that there is no separation between the soma, psyche, and soul, but each aspect needs to be part of a whole system, but it also needs to be acknowledged and appreciated. And really understanding that there is no separation. And one of the things that I see so much in our society is that we really value productivity. We really love achieving goals. We love putting systems in place. We love making plans. We love working on something, solving problems, seeking solutions, um, moving forward, learning, growing, healing. And that for many of us, it has become the way that we live our life. that it's no longer just the part of our work and business to make plans, to achieve goals, to continuously improve, but it has come into every aspect of our life to really be productive in every aspect of our life, in our relationships, in our health, in our diet and nutrition. We have allowed our lives to become projects, a project to improve on, a project to master, a project to really squeeze everything out of it and make it the best, be the best at it. And somehow within that, we lost the mystery, we lost the sacredness, we lost that interconnection with the whole of life. For me, that's a big part of why so many of us hit burnout. Yes, there are other reasons why we can hit burnout. Yes, of course, I'm not negating that. But for so many of us, not nourishing our soul, not taking care of our soul on a daily basis leads to the productivity trap, leads to living our life as a project, leads to constant focus on improvement, on fixing, on solving, on healing, even on healing, on growing, being better, be your best in every aspect of your life. I mean, oh my God, it's so exhausting. So exhausting. And so for many of us, the busyness has become a way of avoiding our feelings. For many of us, the truth is that we somehow unconsciously started believing that if only we work hard enough on improving ourselves, if only we work hard enough, if only we fix ourselves enough or heal enough, then we can always feel good. We always be in a regulated nervous system state, no matter what. We can avoid the bad or uncomfortable feelings. We can avoid making mistakes. We can avoid being imperfect. And the reality is that being human means to make mistakes. It means to be flawed. It means to experience bad or uncomfortable feelings at times, no matter how much fixing and improving you're doing. And so coming back to the reality of life, allowing ourselves to be human and knowing that we can make space in our busy lives for the sacred, for the mystery of life, for the interconnection with the whole of life, with nature, with the universe. That we don't have to be always achieving peak productivity. That we don't always have to be improving and fixing and solving. That we can learn to be with our inner experience. Because the reality is that we all will experience those bad days. We all, for example, will experience loss and grief. If you live long enough, as a human, you will definitely experience loss and grief. There is no avoiding that. No matter how much self-improvement or therapy you've done. And so sometimes we can just get lost. We can get lost in this believing that if we only improve, if we only fix ourselves, if we only heal enough, we can always feel good. But the growth and the wisdom is really in connecting with our deepest truths. When we give ourselves space to just be with and feel whatever is going on for us within us. Bring that self-compassion and kindness. Witnessing and holding, witnessing our experience and holding space for ourselves to do that and for each other. That's when we can connect with our humanity. That's when we connect with our soul. That's where we can really appreciate sacredness of life. And I wanted to share with you one of the poems. I find the poetry is I love poetry. It can express so well, still using words, but express so well what I am struggling with expressing. And I wanted to share a poem from The Way of Rest by Jeff Foster. It's one of the books that I use a lot in our embodied wisdom circles. And this particular poem is called The Hidden Invitation of Loneliness. When you're feeling lonely, it's not the presence of another person that you're missing. It's your own warm presence. In search of another, you've disconnected from yourself. And that's the greatest pain of all. Turn towards the place where you are. Reconnect with a breath, the morning breeze, the sound of the rain, a silent cup of tea, dancing sensations in the belly, the chest, the head. Be here. Sink into gentleness. Watch your loneliness dissolve into exquisite solitude and a fresh morning. Be alone with the miracle of life itself. Take a moment and notice how this poem is landing within you. Maybe it resonates. Maybe it brings up some resistance. Maybe something else is going on for you. Maybe you couldn't hear me reading it out because the thoughts and the feelings within you are so loud, different parts asking for your attention in this moment. Be kind to yourself, whatever your experience is. And as an invitation from me today, take some time to notice the beauty around you, to connect with life within you and around you, with nature, with the sacredness. Make some time, or rather, You can't make time. Allocate some time for those moments where you can simply be. And I am not just talking about when you sit in your meditation or in your daily practices. Allow yourself a little bit of time as you move through your day to shift from your focus on productivity and achieving and solving and fixing and improving your life and yourself, and shift into a state of being, a state of wonder, a state of curiosity, a state of not knowing and not needing to know. And if you do it often enough, you will notice that this sense of overwhelm, this sense of busyness, and this sense of hustling and really working hard and moving forward will ease off a little. And things will reshuffle within you. Over time, you will notice how you crave those spaces, those moments where you are just in that state of being in connection with life. You notice how much relief it will give you, how much of a space of just welcoming the space it becomes. So that's my invitation for you today. Notice how you can do it for yourself, how it shows up for you. It might be different from me. It might be very unique to you. But the invitation is there. And as we're moving more into the spring and towards the summer, I wish you those lovely early mornings that I so enjoy with my dog Oscar. The quietness and the connection and the birds and simply state of being. And I wish you many warm evenings of just enjoying, whether being on your own or whether being with others and connecting. Take time to nourish your soul. Take time to connect with life, however it works for you. Take care for now, and I wish you a really good day.